The Nauruan Civil War was a civil war that was fought on the island of Nauru between the forces of King Awida and the anti-Awida forces. And what was the cause of this war? A marriage festival gone wrong, where arguments over tradition would end with someone pulling out a gun and shooting up the place, which would end up killing a chief's son. This would spawn a war from the already feuding clan spanning from the years of 1878 to 1888. What would also fuel this war would be the introduction to more firearms and alcohol by European traders, which mixing all three, back then is already not a good idea. The island would be divided with King Awida's loyalists controlling the north of the island while the rebels held the south. For years, the war was in a stalemate, with both sides suffering heavy losses. The German Empire, upset that the war was interfering in their interest in the area, would intervene on April 16, 1888, by annexing the island and banning all firearms and alcohol. Later on October 1st, the gunboat SMS Eber and its 87 men would anchor off the shores of Nauru. The next morning, they would host the annexation ceremony and would arrest the remaining chiefs, threatening to execute them if the remaining firearms and ammo were not surrendered in one day. The next day, nearly 800 weapons and thousands of rounds of ammo were given up and confiscated by the German forces. With the war over, the population fell from 1,400 down to 900, which is almost a 40% loss in population. And also thinking about it, if they confiscated almost 800 firearms and there was 900 men, or, people left, they had almost, I'm not going to do the math, but I would say close to or more than 90% of the population owning weapons of some form. Also, King Awida was restored to the throne, thus marking the complete end to the Nauruan Civil War, and with that, a big lesson was learned. That the lesson? Stay calm or lose almost 40% of your population.